You know why the Democrats lost the plot like this? It's the barrage of lies and demonization that almost numbered Donald Trump's voter base against even genuine criticism, and I can't help but see exactly that frustration in Bill Maher from this clip right before the election when the mainstream media shot itself in the foot, trying and failing to raise a new controversy over Trump supposedly wanting a firing squad for Liz Cheney. Just watch this and you'll know exactly what I mean.
I woke up today to the headline that Trump had called for a firing squad for Liz Cheney. And this is what I really don't like about the media. No, he didn't.
He did not.
You don't have to move me to not like Donald Trump.
He says
more
so
than
many things. Why do you have to do that?
And by the way,
Yeah.
if Pete don't realize it, well, here's what he said. He's criticizing him for being a war hawk. I mean, she is Dick Cheney's daughter. He said, she's a radical war hawk. Let's put her with a rifle standing there with 9 barrels shooting at her, okay. Let's see how she feels about it. You know, they're all war hawks when they're sitting in Washington in a nice building saying, oh, gee, we'll send tens of thousands of troops right into the mouth of the enemy. Now, of course, he expresses himself horribly. He has to add, she's a stupid person because he's a moron.
Well, Trump knows what it's really like from Vietnam.
Okay. But, just to be clear, this is exactly what hippies always said. This is exactly what peaceniks always said. This is Fortunate Son, the song. It's like, you know what? It's very easy to sit in your building and send young men to die, apropos of Ukraine.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, that war doesn't look like it's going in the right direction.
Not at all, no.
But just so, you know, just don't lie to me.
You're late in catching up to this, Bill. The mainstream media has been lying for a long time, and I'm glad he got a snapshot of how that works when he was interrupted on the panel by Jamie Raskin. Not just that, what kind of alternative universe are we living in when left-wing pundits are going out of their way to spin up lies to defend Liz Cheney of all people? No wonder why nearly a staggering 70% of Americans say that they've got little or absolutely no trust in the mainstream media anymore. By the way, we're the new resistance to that old decadent media, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to join the conversation here at Millionaire Mentor. Now, I want you to take a step back and connect the dots. Donald Trump shutting down Liz Cheney like this is reminiscent of the chicken hawk arguments that we've heard during the Vietnam War. It's when someone like Liz wants more billionaires in aid and security guarantees for Ukraine right now, which even implies American boots on the ground would chicken out in an instant if herself or her family member had to go lose their life on the front line. And when you see Trump's words being twisted in such a disgusting way just to defend her, you know exactly what the new political realities of America are when it comes to foreign military interventions.
Don't lie to me and tell me he wants in front of a firing squad. He was saying something that, by the way, if it came out of the mouth, some of it, not the stupid part, again, sounds like what hippies used to say about
Bill,
not sending people to... Yes.
I agree with you on the lying. I mean, that is ridiculous and absurd and counterproductive. But when did Donald Trump ever criticize a war hawk the way a hippie did? I mean, was it during Vietnam? He got out of going to Vietnam, but he didn't criticize the war or the Iraq war.
Jamie,
Yeah.
I'm not defending Trump.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't lie to me.
I agree with that. I mean, that's just a distortion.
It's
But read what he really said.
It's counterproductive. I mean, the number of Trump people you talk to who talk about the media and giving them any ammunition like this. I mean, I saw headlines, chyrons on television this morning saying that Donald Trump had said that Kamala Harris should be executed. I mean, at the beginning of that kind of rambling, incoherent thing, she said, give her a weapon, which is not typically something you do to someone.
And again, the
executed.
spirit of it is something that if someone with the blue hat said it, people would nod along on the left. Yes, exactly.
There's plenty of things he says. You don't have to invent them.
Is this a moment that could eventually flick that switch in Bill's head? As we've seen an interesting political realignment with the Republicans behaving like the anti-war party, there could have been no worse optics for the Democrats than the embracing war hawks like the Cheneys and then lying to defend them, especially when they've absolutely failed to contain the war in Ukraine for nearly 3 years. And honestly, I knew the race was over the moment that I saw Kamala Harris walk out with Liz Cheney on the campaign ground and cheer up a neocon that even the Republicans rejected.
I was a Republican even before Donald Trump started spray tanning. I tell you, I have never voted for a Democrat, but this year, I am proudly casting my vote for Vice President Kamala Harris.
But Liz Cheney really is a leader who puts country above party and above self, a true patriot, and it is my profound honor to have your support.
What a clown show this was, and now we're hearing Kamala and Tim Walz are the first and second most likely choices for the Democratic ticket in 2028. Have the party or their media mouthpieces learned no lessons at all? Just earlier last week, we saw even more interesting news from CNN. Jake Tapper, who spent the last 4 years covering up for Joe Biden's mental decline, including an infamous on-air spat with Laura Trump, who he accused of mocking Joe Biden's stutter, has now come out with a whole book complaining about that cover-up until the last minute. Is that how easy they think it is to just rewrite history, pretending that no one will notice? The truth is that the entire enterprise of the mainstream media right now is hanging on by a thread, and it's not just the massive decline in ratings for CNN and MSNBC, or the fact that there's lawsuits coming left and right for these media channels. It's that even the center left, which is their viewing demographic, is waking up to the fact that the MSM can't be trusted. That's where Bill Maher is, and he's saying that while being a part of that legacy media itself. And similar to Liz Cheney, you saw even former Republicans like Tim Miller on this Bill Maher panel, who will have to get used to the fact one of the new political realities of America is that the old establishment Republican Party of the past is probably never coming back. And perhaps that's why we're seeing closer communication between that old right wing and the new disillusioned left coming together to understand their place in this America. Here's a clip of what Tim Miller said not too long ago, and you realize he sounds like quite the mainstream left-wing media right now.
People that are supposed to be speaking out, people that are in the political fray, we cannot be made to be afraid of these people, okay? We cannot. I know these people. They are cowards. They are cowards, okay? Like, Kash Patel would his pants if he was in Fallujah, okay? So would I, by the way. But, like, I know them. I know their type, and they are cowards. They are bullies, and they are cowards, and they are trying to intimidate us, and they are trying to shut us up with their stupid letters that they're sending from Ed Martin in the DOJ or from Elon Musk's Twitter feed. He thinks that he can bully people and shut them up for his Twitter feed. No, none of these people are worth fearing, all right? And when I talked to Kinzinger about this yesterday, and his message to them was, come and arrest me, all right? Come and arrest me. But until then, I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
See what I mean? I think it's only a matter of time before the far-left woke strand of the Democrats decisively lose their way, and this alliance of the rejected parts of both these major parties form a new front against Donald Trump in the next 4 years. But let me know in the comments if that's how you see it playing out as well, because perhaps only time will tell where this period of political realignment in America eventually ends up.